You must never be fearful about what you're doing when it is right. This quote comes from an African American civil rights activist who acknowledged her rights as a human being. Rosa Parks was more than a black woman who said no. Rosa Parks was born on February 4th of 1913 in Tuskegee, Alabama, was a strong civil rights activist with encouraging power, and spent the last years of her life full of controversy and pain. Now let's move on to who Rosa Parks was before December 1st of 1955. Rosa Parks lived in Pine Level, which was a small town in southeast Montgomery. Starting school at only 11 years old, Rosa Parks enrolled in the Montgomery Industrial School for Girls. According to the article Rosa Parks by Fry Gaylord of University of South Alabama, from family illnesses, Rosa Parks had to quit school at the age of 16 when she began cleaning houses for white people. At 19, she married a gentleman named Raymond Parks, who was a barber from Randolph County. In the early 1940s, Parks became active in the NAACP, which is the National Association of the Advancement of Colored People, according to the article of Rosa Parks and the Montgomery bus boycott on the Wesleyan University website. This brings me to how strong Parks was as a civil rights activist. Parks was a very devoted civil rights activist with encouraging power. In 1955, she attended a week-long stay at the Highlander Folk School in Tennessee, which was a school for social rights activists, where Parks learned to protest against segregation. Shortly after, on December 1st of 1955, Miss Parks said no. She refused to give up her seat to a white passenger after the white portion side of the bus was filled. She then was arrested. Although Parks had attended training for activists in workers' rights and racial inequality, she acted as a private citizen, according to the Iowa State University. She became well known after this incident, but she still endured controversy and pain in her last years, which brings us to that portion of her life. During her final years, Parks experienced some pain and controversy. In 1944, she was robbed and beaten in her own home by an African American intruder who escaped with a small amount of cash, as stated in Rosa Parks by Fray Gaylord of South Alabama University. In the same article, it said that Parks and her lawyers sued the musical group Outkast for exploiting her name in a song. Her health was declining and she became more and more reclusive. Parks lived a very long life and passed away on October 25th of 2005 in Detroit. To celebrate Rosa Parks' commitment and bravery, the state of Alabama made December 1st Rosa Parks Day. I believe we all can understand how dedicated and brave Rosa Parks was to continue her commitment as a civil rights activist. Rosa Parks was born on February 2nd of 1913 in Tuskegee, Alabama, was a strong civil rights activist, and spent the last years of her life filled with controversy and pain. As Rosa Parks once said, "The only tired I was tired of giving in." And that is why her name still lives on to this day.